with the pass rush, you guys, week 1, very productive.
Mm-hmm.
Week 2, you probably were less thrilled with the performance.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to get you good consistency?
Yeah, honestly, obviously winning first and second down, that was a big issue in the last game. You know what I mean? They kept getting a lot of third and shorts. And, when we did get opportunity on like 3rd and 7 or whatever, he was able to escape the pocket and things like that. So we just got to do a better job with keeping the quarterback in the pocket, especially the dual threat quarterbacks. And, just continue to win it on first and second down so we get more of those true rush opportunities.
What stands out to you about Cam Ward?
Yeah, he's a dynamic player. He's obviously really talented, being drafted first overall. You saw that crazy throw he made last week, throwing across his body. And usually the ball is, when the quarterback's throwing across body, it's kind of up in the air for a while, and he had some zip behind it, so he's got a good arm. And he's going to be a really good, talented player, for years to come.
Buck, is it even remotely possible to have a letdown after the 2-0 start? That you guys are kind of full of yourselves on all this, or are you guys pretty grounded?
No, yeah, I feel like we're pretty grounded. The guys, we just preach every week. We just taking it one day at a time, continue to get better each and every day. And, it's whatever you did in the past, last week, nobody cares about. You know what I mean? That's the way that's the nature of this game, the nature of this league. Nobody cares about what you did last week. It's what you're going to do this week. So we got to continue to prove ourselves each and every week.
Well, do you think spirit is a skill? And I mean this because Cam Bynum, they keep saying like, oh, he never has a bad day, which is kind of a cliche, but his ability to be so joyful about the game of football, how contagious is that, and how impressive is that when you know the game is hard and football can be unforgiving at times?
No, definitely. Just like you said, his spirit, his energy, the love for the game, and just the joy that he plays with each and every day, putting a smile on his face every day, it is contagious. You know what I mean? And to have that positive outlook each and every day, positive things happen to you. I feel like, I truly believe in stuff like that. And, he's been able to have that positive energy, and the ball continues to find him, obviously. You know what I mean? 2 weeks in a row with a pick, and especially last week at a crucial moment where we needed a turnover, they couldn't get points. So, I know the guys love having him in the room, and the type of teammate and player he is, and I know he's going to continue to do it, throughout the whole season. So I'm excited about that.
What stands out to you about his work ethic in particular? No, again, fun guy, but also you don't have those moments if you're not putting the work in.
No, definitely. I feel like almost every guy in our locker room, continues to put that extra work in, and he's one of them, especially being one of the leaders on the team and one of our big playmakers on defense. So, that's just kudos to him for the work that he puts in, even outside of the building. So, it's coming, it's all coming to fruition, coming on game day.
Buck, you've been around this building for years.
Yeah.
Obviously, the start to a season, 2-0, that is different than what you've experienced in the past.
Yeah.
But the feeling throughout this team is different.
Yeah.
What is it about this group that stands out?
I would say just the trust in one another that we have, the confidence in one another. We continue to, just pull each other along. You know what I mean? Breeding confidence into each other. You know what I'm saying? Offense, defense, and special teams. And I feel like the guys feel it, and we have a really close-knit group, and continuing to go out there on Sundays to play for each other. I think that's the true nature of it. It's just the brotherhood we were able to form, over the offseason.
Is there anything that you guys have done conscientiously to build that trust and that confidence?
I feel like, definitely this year more than others. Just making sure we're spending that extra time, outside the building together, whether it's dinners together or doing some activities and stuff like that. So I feel like it's been more of an emphasis. I feel like Z and I talked about it throughout the offseason, just being able to continue to do more things like that to bring guys closer together, and I feel like it's been working.
You said you have to put last week behind you because you have to move on. Mm-hmm. Have you gotten past? Have you checked more on the sack that you didn't get? Or is that a dead issue?
No, I turned it in. I haven't heard anything lately, so it is what it is. Honestly, it's just I got more opportunities coming ahead.
But in your mind, he was a thrower.
For sure. Just you watch film. He's looking downfield with the ball in his hand, looking to throw to somebody. So it is what it is.
Like I said, I got more opportunities. So yeah.
Like
like catching that ball in the open field like that?
Excuse me?
You enjoy catching that ball in the open field like that, and you want more of those?
Yeah, man, as long as it gets us down to the end zone, I mean, it don't matter to me. It don't matter to me.
You had a lot of catches your first couple of years. What do you think changed for a little bit there where you weren't getting the ball as much in the passing game?
I mean, definitely sometimes it's scheme. Sometimes it's just however the game is going, what the coaches want to call. But at the end of the day, the overall goal is when your number is called, you got to make the play. And that's what we try to do as players is as much as you can every single time when my number is called. And if my number is not called, to say that the play specifically for someone else, whatever my job is, can I do it at a high level? Because that's how you become a great. That's how you become an elite player, is becoming consistently good. That's how you become elite.
It has to be nice to get the ball, though, with that much space around you, as opposed to, going through the line every time.
Definitely, when you're starting from back there, you got to go through everybody. But that's also a nice challenge, especially being a running back, is being able to get through everybody with the help of your teammates. But when you can get the ball in space, it allows you to put a little bit of your athleticism, kind of on display early rather than later on in a play.
JT, what has stood out to you about Tyler Warren, his ability to open things up for the rest of you all? I feel like it's also kind of vice versa, where you all do the same for him, but how has he kind of enhanced the offense?
I think just him being a little savvy, just kind of knowing how to when to be under control, when to find and settle down in those open spaces. A lot of times, not only tight ends, but just rookies in general, you're in the NFL first year, you want to go full speed, you want to play fast, you want to play aggressive. And the tough part is finding obviously, I see a void here in the zone. Let me just throttle down a little bit. So just having that knack of knowing when to turn on the gas, when to turn it off, finding those open spots, like a veteran player, is very encouraging to see from him this early.
Efficient you guys were sometimes at Wisconsin. Have you been with an offense that's not punted 2 games in a row?
No, that's not won 2 games in a row.
2 games in a row, you got punted.
Punted. No, I think we punted in Wisconsin. Maybe there might have been 1 game we didn't punt at Wisconsin, but 2 games in a row is insane. Like any level, 2 games in a row is insane. But I think that's just a testament of the work that we've put in, but also the consistency, because you have to be consistent. You can go out there and have 1 good drive, and then the next drive you go 3 and out. So being at a high level of focus every single drive, I think is something that we've been able to put on display. And of course, we're going to try to continue that, because if you don't see Rigo out there, then obviously things are going well.
Do you think you guys are unique in that no one truly dominates the ball for you guys? I mean, some guys have a few more targets. You get your carry, but I mean, you spread the ball around.
I think that's what keeps defenses on their toes when you're game planning for an offense, and like you said, these are their guys. But when you truly can say, listen, the ball can go anywhere. What do? I mean, you have to play honest. You have to play honest, and you have to say, listen, you guys got to rally. You guys got to rally to the ball. You guys got to make the play. So that's what we try to do. And like I mentioned, just doing our jobs at a high level so that consistently it's like, hey, whoever gets this ball is viable to make a play. So we need to make sure as a defense, of course, this is what I expect the defense to say, you guys got to just make the play, because the ball can literally go anywhere.
I imagine, that can't happen if Shane doesn't scheme stuff up for everybody, right? I mean, you have to, live it, don't you?
Oh, and like you mentioned with Shane, I mean, he's very competitive. He's always thinking of ways to out-coach the opposing team, but he's also looking how can I get certain guys in a position that I know they'll be successful in, that I know that's their strength. So when you have a coach like that that's constantly thinking of ways to put us in advantageous looks, it's really hard to stop us.
You mentioned a couple weeks ago that you wanted to hit 23 miles an hour. Came close.
Yeah, I said that since I came in, so that's just an ongoing thing.
I know. Did you feel like maybe you were there on that reception?
Nah, every run you break out, you're thinking if you did it or not. Like I said, since my rookie year, ever since Isaac Garindo, I told you guys when I first came in, Isaac Garindo, he's a person who I've seen hit that consistently. So shout out to Isaac. But it's just a work in progress.
JT, how has your relationship with Zaire evolved over the years? He was basically telling us that he's willing to be your campaign man for Offensive Player of the Year, MVP, whatever good things happen to you, he wants to be part of that.
I mean, it's grown, and it's a testament, though, because I've seen and I've watched him and how he kept his head down and how he worked. and how he went about being a pro. And especially with us being, from the East Coast, just having that kind of connection there. Throughout the years, he's always been someone like you mentioned. He's like, JT, you don't speak enough, you don't say about some of the things that you're doing, but I'm like, at the end of the day, a lot of these things come from the rest of the offense as well. The guys up front, those long runs you see, that's from Alec Pierce and Pittman and Ashton coming down, getting those blocks, sustaining those blocks. So at the end of the day, my portion is just on the back end of it, but it's a team effort. But it's always nice to know when your teammates have your back, and I have their back as well.
JT, in this league, people love comps. They love to say this player is like this player. How difficult is it to find a comp for Tyler Warren?
Like I mentioned, one thing for me, like I said, he's athletic. He has the physical traits, but it was that learning curve for me, what I saw during training camp. Like I mentioned, they expect rookies to make mistakes here and there. Of course, you're learning a new game, a new system, but he had very, very few mental errors, which was something that was really interesting to me. So when you're able to beat that learning curve, now it's like, how great can you be? And it's hard to find comps for a lot of people. And you can have comps and say, he's very similar to this person. But at the end of the day, I know even for me, going to school, going to college, a lot of people, thought, hey, you think you could be like this running back or that running back. But one thing Wisconsin said was, hey, we don't know who you're going to be. We think you could be a great player. And I think that's what each and every single player wants to be. They want to create their own path. Of course, some of our idols, some of the people we looked up to, we look at and try to emulate. But in the end of the day, Tyler's creating his own path, and sooner or later, you guys are going to say, hey, does this guy remind you of Tyler Warren? So I think that's something that we've all been chasing.